I mean, especially when you're dating somebody of that caliber and with that power. When we did end things, I was very scared for my safety and for a lot of things for a long time living in LA. The things he said to me were very alarming.
For years, Drake has managed to stay ahead of the controversy. Whether it's rap beefs, leaked songs, or endless internet rumors, he always finds a way to keep moving. But this latest story is a little different, because this time, the headlines aren't coming from another rapper. They coming from someone who says she dated him. During a recent podcast, model Sway Brooks discussed their past relationship with Drake, describing how they met, why things ended, and making claims about text messages and comments that she says left her frightened. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of people coming to Drake's defense. We already know how that group go. But then the other side is just as strong. Some people think it's just another celebrity story that's impossible to verify and that it's a slander campaign and, she got an axe to grind, probably on somebody's payroll. But let's break down what was said and why this conversation is just a little bit controversial. The conversation started when Sway Brooks appeared on the Dumb Blonde podcast. At first, the interview sounded like another celebrity dating story, run of the mill. She explained that she first met Drake while staying on a yacht in Saint-Tropez. He had never been there. He'd been invited to host a party.
So basically, I was staying on my friend's boat, and her father had hired Drake to come to the boat and throw a party in Saint-Tropez, and Drake had never been to Saint-Tropez. And so he came on the boat. He came with his friends. It was amazing. He's such a great guy.
Yeah. Did you and Drake ever hook up? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yeah, I mean, we did.
Okay.
And he's great.
Then she confirmed that the two eventually became romantically involved and dated on and off for several months. According to Brooks, she would travel to Toronto, spend time with Drake, and when asked whether they had hooked up, she answered yes. Up to that point, nothing about the interview seemed particularly unusual. But then, the question shifted from how the relationship began to why it ended. And that's when the conversation became much more serious. When asked why the relationship ended, Brooks said honesty became an issue. She suggested that Drake wasn't truthful during the relationship and eventually decided she couldn't continue.
So he lost you.
He did indeed.
What did he do? Give us the tea.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta hear this.
I'm like, what didn't he do?
I mean, he's Drake.
I know.
He doesn't strike me as a man that can have like a solid relationship, because he's Drake.
And he's also just like so talented and so busy in what he does and lives like he lives such a big, fulfilled, busy life.
How long did you and Drake date?
We dated, I would say like on and off for a few months.
Really?
I would go see him in Toronto and yeah, and then one day I was like, I'm tired of this.
Was it just because he had other girls, or was it like, was he just not honest? Like there had to have been like something that made you be like, you know what, I don't want to talk to this man again.
I think it was definitely like honesty.
The host then asked whether dating someone with Drake's level of fame and influence made things more complicated. She agreed, saying that dating someone with that much power created a difficult dynamic. She also described feeling intimidated because of Drake's celebrity status and influence, while emphasizing that she no longer wanted to revisit every detail publicly. The interview became far more serious when Brooks discussed messages she says she received after the relationship ended. She alleged that Drake sent text messages saying he would have people fold her up after believing she was speaking negatively about him in LA. She says she interpreted those messages as threatening and claimed she was afraid to leave the house for months after.
Especially when you're dating somebody of that caliber and with that power. When we did end things, I was very scared for my safety and for a lot of things for a long time living in LA. The things he said to me were very alarming when I was 21 or 22 at the time. And when you hear those things said to you about coming from the most powerful artist in the world that has so much power and can do things the unimaginable within the snap of a finger, it was very scary. And it got to a point where it was almost like I physically and emotionally can't give you what you need, so I'm gonna step away.
Yeah.
And I kind of left it at that.
I mean, if he's saying things to scare you like that, you don't deserve that.
Well, that's where it was scary because
that's almost abusive.
Especially with, like I said, somebody of that power. Like getting text messages that he's gonna have bitches fold me up.
What? These are allegations made during the podcast. Keep in mind, I might not be in the Drake camp, but these are unsubstantiated claims, have not been verified. Drake has not responded. And that matters. Because whenever allegations like this surface, it's important to separate what's being alleged from what's been established.
He's right, you know.
Whether people agree with those opinions or not in terms of Drake shouldn't date certain people that's not on his level or the threats, the point was clear. When you're the biggest artist in the world in that genre, every text, every relationship, and every disagreement can eventually become public. And that has to be a tremendous amount of pressure. The interview is a reminder of something we've seen happen repeatedly with celebrities. Private relationships do not always stay private. Years later, conversations become podcast clips, text messages become headlines, screenshots everywhere, and millions of people begin debating events they weren't there to witness. And that's why these situations become so difficult to evaluate. You basically get the fan bases on both sides just bumping heads with nothing really being substantiated. Will Drake respond? It's probably not a wise move. That'll probably give it life that it don't need to have. Will it simply fade away? Maybe in the Drake camp, probably not in the Kendrick camp. Or will it become another chapter in the ongoing public scrutiny surrounding the Iceman? At this point, nobody knows. For now, the interview has certainly got a lot of people talking, and it raises questions about those celebrity relationships that they so freely advertise, and they're willing to accept what comes with it when it goes bad. And that's the challenge of living under the microscope, as we know. But it's important to avoid jumping to any conclusions. Drake hasn't come out to deny whatever, and it could be a clout chase. We got to keep that in mind. So let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's Second Take. Till next time, we out.